So hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Side Hustle Seattle. So today I have with me Renae Dentman. First of all, hello, thank you, welcome to my channel. Thank you for doing the interview. Appreciate that. She is the owner of California Notary Agency, and she actually is going to be putting on a Sustainable Notary Conference that she's going to be talking a lot more about. Before we get into that, I definitely want to hear your backstory because I know that you own this agency. I know you have a lot of stuff going on in the background outside of the conference. So give me the journey. How did you become a notary? How did you create your agency? Like, walk us through it.
No, absolutely. So I am so pleased to be here and kind of just share my story. So just like everyone, being a notary wasn't like the all be all, right? I'm an accountant. I worked in corporate America, Fortune 500. I'm also known as Miss Notary Consultant across all platforms. And I actually saw a niche that was needed in the notary community. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I actually ran across my sorority sister. I'm a Zeta. And we're talking about entrepreneurship, and she was just like, I'm being in my other company, I wasn't a notary, and she was just like, well, I was like, what do you do? And she was like, I'm a loan signing agent, I'm a notary public. I'm like, what is that? Like, not what is that, but like, that's an entrepreneurship? Like, okay. Exactly. But then, and I do humble myself to say, dang, if only I knew numbers. So I asked her, well, how much do you make? And my parents never really made us think twice of asking somebody, how much do you make, right? Yeah. So she said, oh, I make about $1,500 to $3,000 in like a week, about 6 weeks. And then I said, oh, hold on, what are you again? She was just like, I'm a loan signing agent. I was like, I haven't heard of that. What is that? Because I've been on my own since I was 15 years old. And I left my house when I was 13. So really what that means is I always had a side job, no matter where I was, what type of degree I had, I always had something on the side. So I was just like, well, if she's making good money, I can make some good money also outside of corporate. And then I started it December of 2019, right? Wow. Starting in California, and the California process is totally different. And I had a couple obstacles. One of my obstacles was I didn't get internet approved, right? I didn't. Someone military like me that can't pass a internet background, baby, let me tell you, right? The internet is not playing when it comes to that driving. And remember, I'm 31 now, so I'm a little bit wiser, more mature. I had a little heavy feet, let's just say that. So as I was going through the appeal and the process like that, I was just not really focused on notary in that point. But when the pandemic happened, that's when it woke up. Yeah. One of that same line sister, she was like telling us her wins on Facebook. Hey, I got 10 signings this week, the max that I ever did. And I'm just like, hold on, everybody's locked up in California. We're on a curfew. We can't go anywhere. And you making money while other businesses are not thriving? Hold on. Internet, knock, knock, knock. What is the appeal? I need help, right? I got to get out there, right? Now is now. And so I was blessed to go through the appeal process and then start my journey pretty much April the 15th of 2020. And so from there, I was able to scale my business very quickly, 2.5, 6.8, 8, 9, 10. And from that moment, being a traditional notary, 6 months later, I started a signing service. I said, there's too much opportunity out there, right, for me to. So I hired a coach, and at that moment, paid several $1,000s to teach me how to run a thriving signing service. And I'm super excited, and it's not easy, right? Yeah. We think about these big old things and these dreams and what somebody else can do. Baby, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, right? But it's a really good opportunity to employ a lot of different people. So that's like story one. Story two is just after that, using my degree to help people. One of my success story of being just accountant in the notary space is that I helped $1.3 million go to 153 notaries during the PPP process. I partnered with Bill Soroka, Sue Ho, Vanessa Terry, and you name a lot of different, leaders out there. And if I didn't say, I thank you so much for helping. And we got the message out. I was able to partner with A1 Capital, who really made sure that this was no fraudulent activity in the process to help notaries. Notaries didn't know that PPP, payroll protection plan, no one thought that they were even eligible. They didn't even know, right? So I was able to come to the community and do something different, right?
Yeah.
And help everyone win.
Wow, that's, first of all, that's amazing. So you started in 2019. Were you part-time in 2019 and then full-time in 2020?
Exactly.
Got you. Okay. And so why start your own kind of signing agency versus just like, clearly you're qualified versus just like, going with all the different signing agencies that are out there? Because like it is hard work, right? And so like, why try to go out and be your own versus just like partnering with other people?
So it's California. We're nationwide, right?
Yeah.
The only place we don't go is Alaska. Baby, I tried to go to Alaska. Alaska terrain is just different. Notary's telling me, if you fly me up the mountain, I'll do it. And I was just like, okay, well, maybe I just stay in, Hawaii and New York and stuff. But when it got down to it, it's California Notary Agency because I was based out of California. I was really just kind of Southern California and making sure everything was good. And I started with another sorority sister. She was my guinea pig. Like, how can I really do this? Can I actually not only teach somebody well, but can I actually manage the process, right? So we were able to do that for at least 3 months before we actually went, right, as of a full-fledged signing service in Southern California. Then I got orders, Northern California. Then I got orders, hey, we have a seller somewhere else. Are you able to do that? And I was just blessed to grow quickly and fastly, but sometimes there's a down effect to it too, right?
Yeah.
You have all your systems and orders and your SOP, your standard operating procedure, and adding somebody to the team. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do you have time to train? So I learned a lot of stuff very fast on running a signing service.
100%. Yeah, that's not easy work. A lot of moving parts. I think a big undertaking that a lot of people wouldn't do and wouldn't take a chance on. So first of all, that's so brave. And the fact that you've actually like been successful is huge. Now, are you open for other notaries to be able to sign on and like,
yes.
Can people apply?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are actually working on the back end. So I wanted to take it a try, notarylink.io, which is one platform that you can sign up for. And then the other one is California Notary Agency that you can sign up. So different platforms. But yeah, we're accepting notaries no matter where you are. It's just like any other system, right? We're not on any other platform, one of the marketplace at all. We're pretty much in-house, everything. So when we get orders in a different area, you have your profile and we send out texts. That's based on our communication.
Do you have preferred like notary qualifications? Like some agencies or signing services don't only want to work if you have a certain amount of experience or this or that. Do you have
the best thing is I say no. I definitely say no, only because of the fact I knew how hard it is starting from the bottom up, right? So of course we want you to be NNA certified. That's just one of the things, right? As far as just liability and stuff. But no, we have worked with all types of notaries before for it's just that. But we want to make sure that you're willing to get the job done. You're not one of those notaries like, hey, I want to make this opportunity of making great money, but you make a mistake and you're not going out, right? You're not going back out. No, you have to pay me, right? We want notaries that are willing to appreciate the relationship that we're being built, that we're going to give you additional training, right? But then at the same time that it's not just a one-off opportunity. Like we want you to be the preferred notary, especially in your town where we don't have to worry about that. And then at the end of the day, we can continue to build that rapport in that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of signing services are hesitant for newer notaries. So I love that you're like, hey, no, like we'll take you on, but just know, like you're going to work. It's a relationship. As long as you're willing to work hard, then we can make this thing work. So I will absolutely make sure those links are in the description.
Yeah,
people are always asking me.
Absolutely, because Miss Renee, I'm telling you, every type of mistake you can have, I test the water. Like, why do you know that? It's not something good because I probably did it already, right? Yeah, exactly. And I experienced it, so absolutely.
Yeah, actually, let's touch on that for a second because, people are so nervous to make mistakes and I get it, right? Like there's like legal implications that can happen, but mistakes happen, right? Nobody's perfect. I don't care how long you've been in it. How did you kind of get through that? Like, I don't want to say imposter syndrome, but like in the beginning, when you're still trying to learn it, how did you get through like being able to convince yourself to still do signings, even though you knew like, oh, I may make a mistake?
So I want to say, because I was going through the process of what I was going through, I was actually working with one company that took a chance on me, right? And I'll spill the beans. Pack Doc Sign, located in Los Angeles. They took a chance on me, and they have great quality control when it comes to just, hey, go back out there, responding and things like that. So every mistake that I went through, they were able to just work with me. So one of the things is, being a new notary, build that relationship to understand what company is really willing to work with you as a new signer. And then as you start to get more orders and things to that nature, then you can spread yourself, right? That's one of the things that I was fortunate to do that. But mistakes such as like just silly mistakes. I forget my stamp on a document. What did they pay me for? They paid me for my stamp, and I sure didn't do that, right? Not knowing that I need to cross out the venue, right? So notarial notary 101. Did I really know it? No, I got in the game for the money. I didn't know my basis, to be honest, right? So do I teach on people basis? Yes, because it's critical, right? All the things that I could have saved myself from just growing pains, I make sure, like, hey, you know this cross out, you know what a venue is? Do you know what an impound is? Right? Because if you know what an impound is, at the end of the day, that can change the game of just, you don't waste your time at this table thinking that you're going to get paid for the whole order when it's potentially going to be a withdrawal, right? So knowing things like that matters.
Yeah, 100%. And first of all, thank you for being so honest, because like, honestly, it's funny. I started really in beginning of 2021, but you hear people who sometimes can criticize newer notaries for making mistakes. So I like that you're like, yeah, you should know your stuff, but I also made those mistakes. So it almost makes you feel like, yeah, like it's going to be growing pains, but don't worry, you got it. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I share that every Wednesday on Clubhouse. I'm a super early person. So my show starts at 3 a.m. and we go for about 3 hours, and we go over
3 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Pacific time?
Pacific.
Jesus.
And 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm the early bird. I'm trying to get the people that's just getting up and trying to get the knowledge. Because one of the things with me is you go. Like, I don't know about people, but 4, that was like a good day. 6, I was feeling it. 8, I was on a mission. And 10, I was just crazy, right? If I had it in a day. So there was no time to feed myself with continuing education. So when I came on board about a year and a half ago with just Clubhouse and continuing to provide just a podcast of just continuing education, I thought it was a great time, because a lot of people, they can't continue their education while they're on the road. 10 people killing it, that's like over $1,000 a day. You broke by the time you get home, especially scan backs.
Yeah. Wow. What's your clubhouse name?
Oh, the Notary Gyms. So I actually have the Notary Gyms room in Clubhouse, 3 a.m. And then I have a podcast called the Notary Gym. It's different because the podcast is just myself or someone I'm interviewing, versus Clubhouse is just free fall. It's a community of just what we do. So we have over 100 people come in every morning. So it's a really good pace.
I'm just like, I'm a morning person, but when I say I'm a morning person, I mean like I wake up at 6 a.m. Not I wake up at 3
Okay, so let me tell you the truth. The military and me, I have to report in at 5, right? So what that means is 5 is like my regular alarm. So doing it at 3 a.m., it just happened to be Clubhouse was just popping at that time. Meaning just the newest like tool. And I just woke up one day. And I was just like, well, nobody to talk to. Let's start a room. Yeah. And then people just kept coming. Like, and then I started realizing like people are up at 6 a.m. on the East Coast. So maybe that's the reason why.
That's true. They are on the East Coast. So what time do you go to sleep? 8 p.m.? Like, what is
that is true. Miss Renee, I'm an old school person. My father's 80 years old, so I go to sleep. Okay, I don't got a problem. People always say, do you ever go to sleep? Yes. Sleep is just one of the things I do. But yeah, I'm starting to get tired at 7. I cannot go to a movie if it's 7:30. Like the movie is just watching me. So I am.
Yeah, I can't go to a movie if it's noon. And something about movie theaters, like I fall asleep every single time. Every single time. I don't know what it is. Okay, but first off, I want to make sure, especially since I know that, what are we on right now? What are we recording on again? I know that Zoom cuts you off at like 40 minutes. So I want to make sure we have plenty of time to talk about this conference because I got a chance to look at the site. You have some great sponsors. You got some great speakers. You got some great things going on. So tell me about the conference, the dates, times, what people can expect. Let's go into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's called the Sustainable Notary Day. And so what that means is, Sustainable Notary Conference. So what that really means is, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So what that means is it's not just any other conference, right? Other conferences out there, they're talking about notarial acts, notary law, and then other conferences out there are talking about loan signing agent and how to market. But my conference is talking about the business model of being a notary entrepreneur, right? Of course, we're going to have different things that's going to help notaries, but we're talking about business structure, right? We're talking about business foundation. We're talking about accounting. Are you even using your accounting? Do you know what a profit loss statement? Do you know what's publication 334? And really walking you through that. When it comes to tax season, are you writing off your home-based office? Are you scared? Are you more aware? Right? And then lastly, funding. I think every notary should be able to get a commercial vehicle, right? To fully write it off based off Trump rule. Hey, not publication, 6,000 pound rule, you can write off 100% if it's over 600 pound. If not, the depreciation can be even the useful life within 3 years instead of 7 years of the average car. So what I'm saying is high level. Yeah. But this is for the average notary. This is for an entry-level notary to advanced notary to a vet notary, because this stuff is not talked about, right? It's not. It's about making the money. Oh my God, I can make $200. I can make $75. But how do you manage the money? We talk about financial freedom, but what really is that, right? Do I put money away? What is compound interest? Do you have the best bank account for you? So these are some of the things we're bringing in, major players coming in to really bring this to light.
Yeah, no, that's great because like you said, obviously I see, conference marketing all the time. I see people saying their conference, but you're right. It is a lot of the same things, right? Which is like how to be a loan signing agent, the basic, the 101. And most people aren't talking about the business. So it's great that you have that perspective specifically because you own a business and so you've been through it. And knowing you in the short period of time, I know they're going to get the real transparent look at how business runs.
You better come with your notebook, your notepad, maybe 2 of them, and just sleep the night before because we're going to overwhelm you with just really good knowledge.
Oh, absolutely. Where is it? What are the dates again?
Absolutely. So it's on Juneteenth and Father's Day. So it's June 18th and 19th. So it's a Saturday and it's a Sunday. It's in Norfolk, Virginia, close to Virginia Beach, and it's going to be wonderful. You can come. It's a family event. We're going to have men there that we don't even see. Men in this industry is like golden, right? So what's the best to celebrate them on Father's Day, right? But yeah, so it's going to be 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. On Saturday, we're actually having a dinner, right, for those that get the 3rd tier ticket. And we're thinking about doing like a happy hour for those people on Friday, right? Just for everybody to be together and at no cost. So we're working out the logistics for the Friday happy hour, but on the Saturday, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. That's awesome. And so it's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. both of those days in Norfolk, Virginia. And there's different tiers, like you were saying, right? It's like a standard tier that's more elite. Correct.
And the reason why I did Norfolk, Virginia was there's not that many conferences that are happening on the East Coast. Like, just in general, there's 2 conferences that's happening on the West Coast this year in 2022, right? Vegas and then also San Diego that are really great. But what about the people on the East Coast, right? So I felt that this is a really great opportunity to give everyone the opportunity to get continued education.
Absolutely. And do people have a cutoff to when they could buy tickets, or it's all the way up into the conference, assuming there is still some
it's all the way up into the conference. Just got with my marketing team. We do want to put a cutoff on it, but I'm just like the average person. But what if I just came across the money up until June? right? And I'm really like been trying, right? Working hard and getting this money, right? Because it is a travel, right? For those that really want to be a part of it. But we try to make it affordable, especially like the room reservation. This hotel is nothing but amazing. I mean, like, I ain't never been in a hotel that's beautiful, right? And it's very expensive. It's very expensive. But my team was able to bring it down to about $189 a night, right?
Wow.
To help everyone, right? On average, it's like $350 a night, right?
Oh, wow.
So those are different things. I think everybody should deserve traveling at least once a year or twice a year for their notary business to write it off fully, right? People always ask me, can I write off food? 9 times out of 10, you can't. But when you go to a business meeting, a conference, you can write off food. So come, let's just write off some of the expenses that we're working hard to do to continue to educate and invest in ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Heck, that's an incentive right there to even attend the conference. Because one, that not only will they attend it, you'll let them know how they can write it off. Which, like I said, a lot of people don't do.
I didn't even think about that. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a free conference at that point. But yes, okay, so that is awesome. Now, you know that this is a Ron channel. I focus a lot on remote online notary work. If I'm somebody who's interested in Ron, is there going to be anything at the conference for me?
Oh, that's a really, really great question. So we have a heavy hitter in the industry, right? And I'm not sure if you heard of him, right? John Holder, he'll be there with Ron Online, Ron University. He's one of my colleagues in the industry. We've been partners for, I don't know, about 1.5 years now. I remember when he made the Ron line back in October, which is like epic. I ain't never seen that before. And then we have a couple other secret. We tied a knot, and there was some good heavy hitters that's going to be on the stage. It's going to be a round table. And we have about 3, we've got a panel of 4 that will be on the stage talking about how to move the needle of Ron. And I'm not sure if everybody knew, it's where it all started. Virginia.
Yeah, it did.
The first state, the home state of it. And so I think just being in the light, we have a sponsor that I can't wait to get, right, to really bring their software to where we were going. So it's a lot of opportunity for people with Ron, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, Ron did start in Virginia. It was like, 10, 11 years ago. So Virginia's been on top of it. And we love John on this channel. I've interviewed him. Ron University is great. I know he has his own platform, Notary.online, that he has going on. So that's a great one to have. That's going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, first of all, they are kicking me out, Zoom, but we have about 10 minutes to wrap up. What else? Are there any final thoughts or final things that you want people to know either about you, your conference, or anything else that you may offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not sure if I said that I'm my accountant. So one of the things about this, even with Ron, like Ron has to do accounting, right? Ron has to figure out how, write off these softwares, right? That you have to do and all of these elements, right? And are you in the right business model, right? So maybe you don't need that commercial vehicle because you're online, right? But do you also need funding for your business? Because a lot of people get into this industry to not stay in the industry, to grow, right?
Yeah,
what else, what other models are you trying to build for the Capitol? This is where it's not going to be like any other conference. We're talking about 4 different pillars and also more, right? And I'm just not a notary. I'm a business owner and I'm an accountant. So pick my brain, right? Ask me questions because that's how I do best, helping the people, right? And so meetrenea.com is one of the things that you can find everything about me on, what I do, what I offer, and we have giveaways too. So we have weekly giveaways for the conference. So feel free to go to meetrenea.com and you can join our weekly giveaway for a conference ticket. And that's one of the things that I had to offer.
Well, first of all, you have a lot that you do. I come home from work, I may do something connected to the channel, and then I'm like, man, my day is done. But you have your clubhouse, you have your website, you have your business, you're an accountant, you have a podcast. I'm just like, how do you make time for all of these things? I cannot imagine.
You all the time because I can't keep up with YouTube. I'm trying to do the YouTube and it's really hard. You have to be faithful to the audience. You really do. from just editing and everything. So don't think that what you're doing, you got a full-time job too. I get to have fun and make it look fun, right?
Yeah.
Versus you actually behind the scenes actually working and then come and pop up and do your second job.
Yeah, no, fair. Well, I'll take that. Made me feel better about myself.
Absolutely. And just the last thing is like, it's hard doing Ron also, right?
Yeah.
You know that, but when it comes to like you have someone on the other side that you have to kind of walk through the process, right? And they can be a little bit elderly too, right? So you have to have that process on there too. So that's one of the things that I wanted to give to you as just, I salute you because of that. It's not easy. It's not easy no matter what you do. And you make it look easy. You make this YouTube just like, it works. It does, but you got to make sure you're consistent and you're faithful to it too.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for everything that you said during this interview. Thank you for all the gems that you dropped. I am going to make sure I leave links to everything that you mentioned in the description. If you're watching this video and you want to sign up for the Sustainable Notary Conference, which I highly suggest, there will be links in the description for you to be able to sign up. Again, that is June 18th and 19th, correct? In Norfolk, Virginia. So sign up for that. Going to be a lot of gems, a lot of great things for you to know. And Renee, thank you so much for being on this channel.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.